Smart 24, driving business.
People of Gulu, you're welcome. We are rewarding back to one of our parents who used the Momo to pay school fees.
I am Oliel Vicky Otim. I work in Manuel Junior School as the head teacher. This parent was not able to come for this award ceremony by MTN because she works in South Sudan and it's very expensive for her to come. So we were able to get the guardian who has come.
Feel very happy. Momo is good. It is not a fake program, but it is a good program.
All the schools around, we're also coming there anytime. Let our parents continue using Momo. You can decide to pay in 4 installments. We have records where schools have statements of payments to confirm payments.
Together, we're unstoppable.
Smart 24, driving business.
Well, exactly 17 minutes past 9. Smart means business, and of course heading straight into a very interesting hour where we have discussions from people all over different sectors giving their views in regards to how they observe what is happening along the country. And of course now we're heading into discussions regarding the 2026 general elections. As we know that Uganda's witnessed shifts in its political landscape since independence, with cycles of military and civilian rule, and of course current President Yoweri Museveni has held office since 1986, shaping Uganda's political landscape through policy changes, constitutional amendments, and of course talking about the 2005 abolition of presidential term limits. Now, of course, we see that these these changes have allowed long-term leadership, of course, most especially the removal of the presidential age cap that was in 2017, which allowed President Museveni to continue his tenure. Now, this amendment has set stage for discussions on succession, on continuity discussions, which are discussed every other day. Now, to introduce the Muhoozi Project, a term used to describe speculations around General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, the president's son, as a potential successor. Now, through Muhoozi, the Muhoozi has publicly expressed disinterest. Grassroots support and organized rallies advocating for his candidacy definitely hint at a potentially growing movement. So that is something that is very amazing that we're going to be discussing about. And with me, I have Norman Muramzi. He's a political analyst and, of course, a member of PLU, or what we call as the Patriotic League. Patriotic League? The U stands for Uganda.
Patriotic League of Uganda.
Of Uganda. I was afraid of making any error in that line. So I had to be really, what I know, Patriotic League.
No, it's PLU, yeah. Patriotic League of Uganda.
You know, I was wondering the of, because there is no O somewhere. So I was saying, okay. Now, maybe just to kickstart off this discussion, it's been a while since we last engaged. But how do you think Muhoozi Kainerugaba's leadership would shape the economic policies, Uganda's economic policies, and do you think his approach would really differ from the one of President Museveni?
Thank you, Mr. Andrew.
Welcome.
For hosting me here again. I'm very happy. I want to first greet people there watching Smart 24 TV. And countrymen and women. We really feel good when you're watching Smart 24 TV to see what is on ground and how the country is moving.
Exactly.
For the case of PLU, we have always yearned and we are still yearning. We feel the thirsty of General Muhoozi Kainerugaba to come for the presidency of this country whether in a simple way or in a crucial way, because we tried to explain to people. I don't know whether you have been on social media watching what is happening. We are trying to show people His Excellency, the President of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, became a very, very, very good president of Uganda since 1986. And I believe by the year 2000, he dropped down the heart of the army.
Exactly.
So he became a usual civilian. He accepted multi-party system, referendum for every Ugandan to try for any leader he or she wants.
Exactly.
Now when we talk of economic stability in our country, since the year 2000, up to now, if you have been following, you know what has been happening.
Exactly.
Scandals started there and then.
In 2000.
But in 1986, 1990, 1996, 2000, the country was moving well.
Why do you think, in your analysis, why do you think between that period we had less scandals, and the scandals started as a result of 2000 and above? Why do you think?
President Museveni became more
what did he do?
Became more open, maybe being with too much of sympathy before his people. I think it's what caused them maybe to start praying with country resources that has led the country down. You see, we are not at the same rate.
Yeah, very true.
And the problem we have, when you consider our income as a country, we shouldn't be touching. We should be principled to build a country straight, to show the Ugandans that at least we are principled that something small we have. But political leaders and some other civil officers have played a game concerning public funds,
very true,
public resources. So here is where I come and I say, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba should come in, and should come in with the heart of army, not a civilian heart of being patient or tolerating all this situation that is in the country.
Okay,
we need a leader by decree, a leader who will command, and what is commanded must be put in action, must be implemented. When he says this is these resources for supporting road construction or any infrastructure, we feel okay that the infrastructure will be done well as it should be done. When he decides that the parliamentary seat, each parliamentary seat will be paid a salary of 3 million, then it comes to be 3 million. Not that these parliament members to enter the parliament and sit and decide that this year we should be getting 30 millions.
Yeah.
But we should think of next Sanja, next term, to make it 35, because we have been facing challenges. So they run the country according to how they want. But now I feel like we need a leader even who will not use the parliament.
No, but what
the parliament has laid the country down.
First repeat that statement again.
We need a leader by decree. A leader who might even work without parliament. Because what has laid our economy down is the Legislative Council. Yes.
The legislature and economic...
The way they handle things.
yeah.
You know, when they could talk of leaders, in my early years of age, I could feel a leader is coming to talk. Like now I'm on TV talking to the magnitudes. But they should be having that feeling that a leader is talking.
Okay.
But now, it has reduced the sense. When you're talking, they say, they are talking because they want money. Now the thing has become of money. These leaders, when it's a session for elections, you will try this next coming.
Yes.
And you will see what will be happening in the country. You know, it is scheduled that they should be looking for support from national people, from countrymen and women who are supposed to vote during the day. But you will find these people moving during night like mosquitoes and some other things.
Yes.
You find they are busy during night, paying cash. But what cash? 1,000 to 10,000. But, you know, we are workers.
We are.
And we move here and there. It's not that everyone you give is a voter.
Exactly.
But because you feel like you should have support, then you will give to each and everyone so that you shouldn't be criticized.
Okay.
It is not good to buy people to vote you. It is good to show people how you can be a good leader. What are you ready to solve? What has been a problem? How are you ready to stand? To enlighten where there is darkness, for people to understand.
Very true.
For people to go straight. But in fact, I've always been urging Ugandans to watch out for these manifestos. When you see a manifesto is like of last time, you tell that person that it is better I get you get another manifesto because we are used of that, and it has been shown many times, and it's of no use because it has not been implemented as we can see what you promised the community. In Uganda, when I'm talking, I always stand on parliament. Because I always appreciate His Excellency, the President of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. You know, when you fail to appreciate, it means that you don't see, because even if someone is mad, at least they should keep remembering that, there was a madman who used to bypass here.
Exactly.
So, if you can't remember that even someone who was mad and could bypass there provided you with security one time when thugs were ready to kill you, and they thought he's a normal human being. So, also, that person can be appreciated. Really, President Museveni has done good for the country. Only that we pinpoint on something, only things which are bad. If we can pinpoint on things that a good President Museveni has done, at least we would forgive him for what has been done wrong. The biggest blame, I put it on Parliament of Uganda, the Legislative Council. They are there, only quarreling. They like to be seen on TV talk shows. Every time they are in media, but on ground they are not there.
They are on media, social media, But they are not on ground.
They are not on ground.
Those are points we are key discussion points to really. You're mentioning points that are.
They are not on ground to help Ugandans to understand how a leader should work.
Okay.
What is necessary to be done?
Yes.
How the country has gone wrong. What has the government done to help and has not been implemented?
Exactly.
Because I have seen, when we are here crying, now I see there is a new program of women, Grow. President Museveni is innovative.
It's been impactful.
He has always thought wisely for the country, but implementers have failed to do their work. They are corrupt. Everything. Because I think we have like 30 plus scandals.
Many. I mean, some.
You talked of endorsement signals. President Museveni has reached the extent of not trusting these political leaders and started appointing some people so that they can help to rise the economy of the country.
Yes.
But political leaders have completely corrupted our country.
So that means we don't need politicians. We need people.
Right now,
civilians taking on leadership roles, but not politicians taking leadership roles.
You know, than before this government which created decentralization, we had ethnic and tribe leadership or clans leadership, where we find the Kabaka, the Omukama, Omugabe,
Yes.
Different tribes had leaders, but at least Uganda was
fair.
Because those leaders could be respected. Now I ask myself, and Ugandans who are there watching, if our parents and our grandparents could pay attention to respect those clan leaders, cultural leaders, to the extent that they could lift up our country to a certain level that these whites desired even to come here. What of the president of the whole country? Because if there is parliament, if there is a legislative council in a country, that legislative council is there to help the president to run the country well.
Absolutely.
But what has it helped him?
What has it helped the president?
I've seen leaders since 1962, when we got independence, leaders were very meaningful. Do you remember this before the year 2000, the year of referendum?
I think I hadn't yet started to understand politics at the time.
We had a mayor in Kampala here, Haj Nasanteke Sebagala. The guy had power.
He did.
The guy had power to the extent that, they say, Haj has ordered. When Haj has ordered, nothing you will talk. When we move to the ground to see how people are performing, we have got different prices.
Yes.
Like now we have coffee. It's our main export. But do you know that in the villages, why we are not at a standard of reaching somewhere concerning economic stability.
Yeah.
Coffee is being sold in different prices.
Oh, there is no standard price.
When you go to villages, but at the national level, we have a price.
I get your point.
Now, what is the importance of these leaders? When they are campaigning for elections, they reach to the ground level.
Only during elections.
They reach to the peasants.
Exactly.
You know, when they are talking, they don't talk of peasants. But when they are looking for elections, they talk with peasants. You know, when they reach a certain level, when they enter parliament, they don't talk of peasants. But when it's time for elections, they talk with peasants. I don't know whether you will understand my...
They don't want to talk to peasants.
They don't want to talk of peasants.
When they are in parliament.
Yes. But when they are going back for elections, they talk with peasants.
With peasants.
Now, this criteria, these strategic ways that are created,
yes,
when they are looking for elections, why can't they use it again after being elected to power?
Yes,
to civilize their communities, to learn how important is their production. You know, do you know that people are crying in Uganda? First, they have products.
Yes.
And they don't know even where the market is. And
Market
we say
access.
we sell less. We earn less.
Unless.
All this, we need now a fresh-minded leader to handle the country.
Okay.
President Museveni, we need him as the head of Senate board. Because all countries that have grown well, they have got Senate board.
Senate boards.
Yes. This Senate board is there to advise the leading board, the leading government, so that they should not go astray. They should go straight. Now we are lucky that we have got Genome Hoskin Elgava. This will not be a struggle, for His Excellency the President of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, to advise him when he is seated aside, seeing how the country is moving. This will help. You know, two heads are better than one. Absolutely. It means that we shall be having two presidents in our country. Someone with great experience and someone with experience but still learning more.
So we need two presidents.
We shall be having two presidents.
Okay.
That's what we need. If His Excellency, of whom I call His Excellency of mine, Genome Hoskin Elgava, is seated in that potential seat.
Norman, on that note, you've recently been in Western Uganda.
Yes.
When you traveled, your observations, what do you think that region really needs when it comes to economic support? What are the gaps you realized in that area, the potential economic elements that need exploitation that you think the new government can actually embark on for the growth of that region? Because it has lagged behind for some time, yet it's an area with rich tourist attractions. But when you take a look at its contribution to the tourism revenue, it's very alarming. But away from tourism, there are other aspects. We can also put it in that.
When I start with tourism,
yeah.
Do you know that games are killed?
Games are killed.
It's what I'm talking about, civilization. let's first know how we can deal with Ugandans.
Okay.
You know, when, let's say, the national park is not gazetted, they gazette, but demarcations and fencing is not done well.
Yes.
These games, they want fresh weeds.
True.
And crops when they feel that scent. So when they come and attack the farms of the neighboring community, these games will be killed.
Okay.
So it will affect tourism industry and also Ugandans will be affected because they will be arrested and detained. Animals already dead. It means it will affect a lot because these animals have already affected the farms. So the whole circle will not be good. Now, me, I have always put my emphasis on parliament because the whole country stands on parliament.
I've noticed that you, everything you look into the legislature.
You know, every country that has got a good parliament has always performed well. Now, for us, me, I'm a born of Rukunjiri district. You have heard of Honorable Jim Katugugu Muhwezi is my MP.
Yes.
I've never heard Jim Muhwezi talking of game parks. He will talk of health. He will talk of infrastructure, like road network, because he knows that these people are in thirsty of such.
Okay.
I saw for us we have small streams of water in our areas, and we still have good water.
Good water, yeah.
But I saw even National Water brought their its lines. Now ask myself, why lines of National Water? Some other areas are yearning for water.
For water.
Eh?
Okay.
Why hasn't this man at least brought an idea for the people of Kashari, Chiruhura and Kazo, for like those pastoralists to get at least some water.
Okay, yes.
Because they lack water during the dry season. So you carry this water to the people of Rukunjiri,
who already have,
to the people of Kanung, to the people of Kabare. So you see that these people, they don't stand to watch. You know, watching is observing beyond. When we entrust you with power, you know, government is a group of people entrusted with power. So when we entrust you with our power, all of our community, it means that we have seen the center of your eye, that you can observe beyond
the ordinary
and identify what should be done for the community.
Okay.
Now, let me put down that issue of game reserves and what. I come to this program of PDM. Some villages, some areas,
yes,
you know, it is that they should get 1 million per head. But people are there sharing this money into two.
Imagine.
The money is not enough. we don't have leaders. We don't have leaders. And these top leaders should be the leaders to guide the under leaders. You know, like let me use schools. When we have a head teacher, then we have teachers and prefects in the school. So when a head teacher starts raping pupils, it means that a prefect also will do what the head teacher has done. So it is what is happening in the system of leadership, in the structures of leadership of our country. Now, it's why I stick on my issue that we need a leader. Now, who is of a fresh mind?
Okay.
Who is
And who can work without
powerful now? You know, when you consider that government of 1986, 1990s, why it was working for people, President Museveni was working with people almost of the same age.
Yes, yeah. In the 1980s.
But
Yeah, true.
these young people of nowadays, they pray him again. So now, President Museveni wants this and this. Then they know how they will pray there again. It is why you see our country is economically weak.
Norman, you've mentioned something which to be taken also some consideration. When you mentioned about the people that President Museveni was working with in the 1986 and the 1990s, age mates, and now we are seeing differences in age in different leadership positions. Has it? Can we say it's actually leading to the corruption we're seeing? The age difference factor, that's appointing of very young people to be in these positions, which are way beyond their culture.
Like this corruption, these scandals, why they have kept happening in the country. We have leaders like in parliament who have lost hope since the year 2001. So for them, they were grabbing, were looting. In fact, they were looting because they knew if this multi-party system has been accepted in the country, the competition will be high, and minus that competition, people are well equipped in their mind concerning leadership.
Okay, yes.
If you want to know that, you follow good leaders who have been good example. Have you ever heard that President Museveni has stolen something in this country? He has always taught people how to handle public resources. But this year, again next year. What has been happening before? I want you to consider with the last term and this term. To the extent that General Muhoozi Kainerugaba felt it and said, let me intervene. You've seen people being arrested here.
True.
Corrupt people. It's the power of General Muhoozi Kainerugaba. Because for the case of President Museveni, President Museveni will say, maybe he will change. Maybe there is something wrong. No, my son, I will handle. But I will handle my son, my daughter, since the year 2000. If I can show you here scandals, you can grow blind.
Yeah, many.
Now, why can't we feel that thirsty of our General Muhoozi Kainerugaba to come and deal with these people of the same age bracket?
Okay. The age
Because 98% 98% of legislative council is composed of the same age bracket with General Muhoozi Kainerugaba. It means that it will be very possible for him to deal with this group.
Okay.
But this group of the same age bracket is playing a game to His Excellency the President of Uganda. And they are very organized in their way to plan strategic ways of routing the country.
Well,
and because they know they buy votes from Ugandans, is why they feel that they should do what they are doing, routing the country, because they don't feel like they will have the same, or they think someone might have bigger than what they have, to succeed them.
Okay, interesting, Norman. Now, Norman, there's something here. Now, transitioning from Museveni to his son might entail significant public expenditure, most especially for campaigns and other activities. How might these costs impact Uganda's budget priorities, particularly regarding infrastructure and social programs? If we had to have a brief insight into this.
You know, I've told you of a leader by decree. We need political salaries.
Political salaries?
Yes. To get reduced.
Okay.
We have got examples, good examples of some countries, like neighboring country, they had suggested to pay 5 million to a member of parliament.
Yes. 5 million.
I have seen people suffering. Teachers, they work Monday to Friday, according to the government costs. Monday to Friday. It means that they have Saturday and Sunday, or Saturday to clean themselves, Sunday for worshipping. These people are paid less.
Yes.
We have police officers. For them, they work Monday to Monday. No resting. These people are paid less. We have army officers.
Yeah.
For them, they don't even rest. The recruits and some other officers up to sergeant are paid less. But politicians, they decide for their payment. They decide the gauge of salary, the gauge according to the situation. We should
pay this much.
Increase on the gauge, because the gauge is small. When we get a leader by decree, and all structures come to be set well for the salaries of civil servants. Do you know that civil servants contribute a lot to the growth of the country?
Very true.
And the political leaders or political servants are serving their own interests. Now, if we can get a leader by decree, it means all things will go by his command. Everything will be done well. You know, every budget, every financial year,
exactly,
we must borrow money. We
biggest
must
percentage
borrow.
of the budget is borrowed.
Yes. So that we can satisfy our financial year budget. But we are capable.
We are.
even before this oil, we are capable. Why can't we? How many Ugandans are we?
45 million.
It's a pity. The year 2022, since September 2022,
Yep.
and between 2022 September and 2023 September, the well-educated, energetic number of Ugandans, which is the youth,
Yeah.
the well-educated have gone to
Developed countries.
Arabic countries and some other white countries. I think when you're trying to select seeds to go and grow into your garden, you want good seeds.
Definitely.
But now, our good seeds have gone to Arabic countries. What do you expect?
Thank you, Norman, for that. Time is not really our best friend. We shall have a further engagement into this line. We are looking at, of course, endorsements, signals, and economic stability. Of course, with Ugandans being given a choice to, select the appropriate leader that is vital to uplift this country's economy. As we know that Uganda's public debt is growing now, approaching 50% of the gross domestic product. That's quite scary into that line. But above all, thanks for being part of today's edition of Smart Means Business, taking you all the way where we kick-started off from 7 a.m. with our morning call, insights, and so many more updates that we have been reviewing. And of course, my guest this morning has been Norman Ramsey. He's a political analyst and a committed member of the Patriotic League of Uganda, and he's analyzing how he's actually viewing the current situation into this country. We shall be getting in touch again tomorrow. Have yourselves a very wonderful morning.